Ajax stands for Asynchronous JavaScript and XML. Ajax isn't any new programming language or any new framework, but it is a set of web development techniques. Through Ajax, we can asynchronously communicate with server. To implement Ajax, we use XML HTTP request object that is built in inside JavaScript, and this object is supported by modern web browser. In this tutorial, we start with basics of Ajax. We'll first fetch a text file, and then we'll fetch the output of PHP script, and in the end we'll develop a cricket commentary system that will contain two parts. At the creator part, creator will be able to insert new commentary, and the user will be able to fetch that commentary without refreshing the page. So let's get started. First, I'll create a folder. You have to create this folder inside your htdocs folder, but I'll use PHP built-in server, so I can create it on desktop. I name it Ajax tutorial, and here I have to create a file. I name it index.php, and I'll create an empty file and I name it I say text.txt, and I'll use Visual Studio Code to edit my document. So I'll open code, and I'll open this folder. So that is on desktop, Ajax tutorial. Okay, and first I'll put some text inside my text file. So I change language to HTML so I can use images, and here I put some lorem ipsum text, and I'll close it and open index.php. Again I have to open the terminal, and here I have to start the server. So php-s localhost, and I'll open it at port 9000, and I require to open Firefox, so I'll open Firefox and open localhost at 9000 port. So here's my basic setup for development. So here is I'm back on Visual Studio Code, and I have created here a short document or skeleton. Okay, so here first I'll create a button, and I name it read file, and I give it ID my button. Again I need a div where I'll be displaying the output of the text, and I give it ID display. Okay, and here at the end I add a new script tag. I am adding it at end, so first I'll require the document to be loaded completely. Now inside this script I say where my button is equal to document dot get element by ID, and ID is my button, and my button dot add event listener. I'll be adding a click event, and on click event I want to execute a function. So first let me test it, and I say document at get element by ID display dot inner HTML is equal to hello. and in Firefox I'll refresh the page. Okay, so that's properly set up, and now I'll be using the Ajax. To use XML HTTP object, XML HTTP request object, there are few steps. First I have to create XML HTTP request object, then I have to add a function or handle its event on ready state change. Then I have to open it and then send the request. So there are 4 steps. So first is creating new. So I say where xhr is equal to new XML HTTP request, and then I have to handle it on ready state change. So on ready state change is equal to, I say, an anonymous function, so I'll handle it here. Now XHR have different status and ready states. Status mean if status is 400 or 404, that means page not found. If it is 200, that means okay, page has been found. So let's say, so let's code it. So I say if xhr dot status is equal to 200 and xhr dot ready state is equal to 4. 4 means that data loading has been finished. Then I need document.get element by id, my that is display dot inner html is equal to, it should be equal to the text I am receiving from the file. So I say xhr dot, it has a property that is called response text that contains the text returned from that request. It is actually DOM string, so you can print it, and if there is tags, DOM tags, that will be evaluated. So after that I have to open the connection. Open requires first parameter, that is method, second where I have to give the request, and third is should it be asynchronous or not, so it should be true, and then xhr dot send. So that's all. That is a simple Ajax application that will read the file from server, that file, and print it inside this display. So here it is. I'll refresh the page, read file, and you can see that when I click on this file, the page is not reloaded. This icon doesn't change, and read file is done through Ajax asynchronously without refreshing the page. So that was the simple application. Now move on to something little advanced. I'm going to use PHP. So here I create a new script for PHP. I name it output.php, and here now I'll sending a string in URL, and I'll send it to get. So I want it to be printed through Ajax inside this display instead of file. So I say where name is equal to $_get. I'll be getting a username. Now I want it to be printed, so I say echo, I say welcome, and I concatenate it with name. So that's all. What will be echoed here will be printed inside this display. So here the code remains same, but here I'm going to change it to output.php, and here I am saying username is equal to any string. Okay, now I'll save it. And so refresh it, and you can see without going on other page, or I am getting result inside this page. So you can see that this is printing here. Now I can change it a bit to demonstrate Ajax properly. I'll remove this button at all, and I'll be adding a input text here. As input type is equal to text, and that's all. And here I say where my text is equal to document.getElement by id, and I give it id as my text. Okay, and I rename it here also and name it my text. And here I say my text dot add event listener, and instead of click, I click it on my say key up function. So, and rest will be remaining same. Instead of sending here, I can concatenate username is equal to, and I say document dot get element by id. Oh sorry, I have already fetched it. I say my text dot value. This my text dot value, and that should be okay. So again here I am creating that. First I have added that input box, then I have initialized it, fetched inside my text, and then I have added a key listener, event listener on key up. So here I refresh it and I say hello. So, where's the problem? I say console. Okay, unterminated string literal. Sorry. Oh, that is error. I wrote it improperly. So here is again. So welcome, and I write my name. Okay, you can see without refreshing the page. Sorry for that. Localhost 9000. Without refreshing the page, that is being displayed. So that is Ajax. Now we can use Ajax with MySQL to unleash its power. Now we'll be developing an application, a cricket commentary application in next part.